guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I am here to have a play with some fabric and some scrappy bits. So we're going to be using up some scraps and we're going to be using up some fussy cuts and also some fabric scraps and some packaging paper. So I've got here some Amazon packaging paper. As you can see, it's all kind of glued together. You know, just with the self-adhesive stuff. So I'm just going to cut this down to a smaller size, just so that it's a bit more manageable. Just, you know, for the purposes of doing the video, obviously. So let me just take this down slightly. It doesn't matter how scrappy I'm being with this because we're going to be, you know, chopping it up and kind of like, you know, shrinking it further. So I've got my Amazon packaging and I've got my fabric. Now we're going to be making these little clusters. We made these previously using up some stickers and things, and I thought it would be quite fun to come along and make these but using just some fussy cuts, because I think I've run out of these you know, pretty stickers that I'd used previously anyway. So I've just got some fussy cuts here and I thought that we would use those in place of this. Now I've got a variety of fabrics here. Some I've coffee dyed and some I haven't, so that's those. And then I've got my vellum photographs, or I've got my photographs which I've printed onto vellum. So I'm just going to cut those down, only because I thought the vellum is quite a nice addition to these types of pieces. So I'll just cut out a couple of these. Now I might even cut these smaller. We'll kind of see how we get on, but yeah, I might kind of decide that actually these are going to work better if they're actually even smaller. We'll kind of see how they look once we're doing them. So I might take that one smaller. That one just seems like it's naturally going to lend itself to being cut a bit smaller. There we go. And then, yeah, this one, I mean, I quite like it, you know, when they've got the, I suppose that might have been like the photographer's details printed at the bottom of the picture, just on here. So I'll try and keep that where they've got them. But if they haven't got anything, then I can obviously shrink them down and cut them smaller. So that one that I cut previously didn't really have any on, so we were able to cut that smaller. And then I will just cut this one out. Yeah, I think the vellum is just quite a nice sort of different texture to having these. So that's what we're looking to do, is get just some different textures going on, really. So like that. So I'll just move these out to one side. Oops, I've got stuff all over my desk. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to layer up, say, the fabric. So I'm just keeping this one as a guide to what we did last time, because it's quite some time since I made these, so it's hard to remember, you know, what we actually did. And then I've got my photograph, so for instance her. Now I probably should have actually coffee dyed this vellum, and when I say vellum, it is actually thick tracing paper, so it's not actually vellum, but you know, I think it kind of works the same as the vellum paper. So I've just inked that up now with my distress ink. I'm going to take some of the Amazon packaging because I think, again, that's a nice contrast to use. So we'll just cut that down here like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to tear this down across here. Oops. Okay, so I mean, I have made quite a mess of doing that, but it's all fine, you know, all this is going to be usable or useful. So this one, for instance, I can take this and just cut this down here. Now it has got that big crease in that. I don't mind that. You know, we might either cut it off, in which case it won't be a problem anyway, or if we want it longer, we'll leave it on there. Okay, so I'm going to cut it down, just because size wise it looks like it needs to be taken down a bit. So yeah, like that. Oh my goodness, not making a straight job across here at all. Right, there we go. So what I will do is, I mean, obviously this is, you know, brown packaging paper, but I'm going to just ink it up around the edges. Again, you could probably coffee dye this. I'm not sure whether I have actually ever tried coffee dye in the packaging paper. Obviously it would work, if that makes sense, but I don't know how much, you know, difference it's going to make, because of course it is brown paper anyway. So, you know, it might just be that actually it wouldn't really add a great deal to your project. Now, I've got some lace here. So I'm just going to kind of layer up the lace. Now, obviously, because this picture, you know, I don't want to cover the girl up. So I'll have to kind of like, you know, position it so that she's still visible like that. Okay. And then I've got my fussy cuts, which is where we used the stickers previously. So I'll just bring these in. Now, I've got a few bits from my steampunk collections. So I've got the steampunk collection papers, and then I've got steampunk, you know, fussy cuts. So these are from the fussy cuts. I just ink that up, and we could just staple that into here. Now, I'm just wondering whether I want to have any other layers going on, because I did have an extra layer in there. So I might put another layer in between the packaging paper and the photograph. So I'm just having a look around on my desk, seeing what I've got laying around. So I've got some vintage brick page. Just take that. Oh, what's on there? Oh, look, it's vintage brick page, and then it's sheet music. No, it's not all sheet music. Some is sheet music and some was book page by the looks of things. So let's just take this one. We'll just cut that, tear that down. So again, just going to ink this up, because I want it all to look quite, you know, quite grungy really. So again, maybe I will just go in and sort of try and, you know, ruffle this up around the edges a little bit. Sometimes vintage sheet music can be quite prone to cracking. So, you know, you've got to be a bit careful, because if it is quite vintage, it's possibly going to be quite prone to cracking. That one, as it happens, was okay. So like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to staple that in place. Now I'm just wondering whether I wanted to have a ribbon here. I'm going to staple it first, and then we might come back and embellish it with some other pieces. So let me just grab my stapler. I'm just using my Tim Holtz tiny attacher for this. So like that. Hopefully that's gone through every layer. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut it down across the top. Just like that. Okey-dokey. And then we just need to put something on here just to make it look pretty and finish it off. So I'm just having a look behind me. Oh gosh, I've got a collection of coffee cups here from the last couple of days. So I need to take them downstairs really. But in the meantime, we could just have this bow. So yeah, just to kind of finish that off. So I'm just going to put the bow down. Oops, sorry, I just blobbing that glue off because I had a bit much glue just on the edge there. Okay, right, now I'm going to just actually put a little bit of glue here, only because this fabric is quite a large piece. So it's sort of moving around a bit because it's becoming a bit heavy compared to the, you know, that tiny staple that's trying to hold all those heavy layers. So if I do that, it's all held together, you know, a bit better and a bit more robust. Isn't that gorgeous? So, I mean, as you can see, we've used the same concept, obviously, as the originals that we'd done, you know, a few months back using the stickers. We've just used a fussy cut instead, but equally lovely, I think. I mean, to be honest, yeah, I don't know which one I prefer, but I think they're both really, you know, equally lovely. I've now got a big blob of hot glue there on the desk, which is slightly distracting, but anyway, we shall just go with the flow and work with that. So here's another, you know, sheet of that purple. So again, I've just torn the edge off because I really like the frayed kind of look on the edges there. So again, this is vellum, and just going to ink it up a bit. So this should be quite a different look because it's obviously much, much darker than that other one. I'm just going to cut this down here. Okay. And just take that down. So again, just go in with the ink around the edge. Like that. Okie dokie. And that one there, and like that. So again, what I'd like to do is probably have another layer in here of maybe some book page or something like that, just to kind of give it a bit more texture. So I might move this over slightly, or I might even tear that edge down. So just tear that, and then I'm just going to ink that up on the side like that. Okay, and like that. So we just take some of the book page, and again just ink that up. Well, I say and again the book page, obviously we used the sheet music previously, so let's put that one down like that. Okay, and then let's find a fussy cut that we think might look quite pretty with this. So I've got sort of different bits and pieces. I have got this, which is from the steampunk as well. Most of these I think are from the steampunk collection of fussy cuts, but I think it would look quite nice. So, oh my goodness, how lovely does that look? Absolutely love it. Now, just wondering, I've got this, whoops, this lilac-y lavender ribbon. Now I don't know, actually, let's just see. So if we just have this like that, and then just take that down like that, okay, and then we just pop that under there, and then through, whoops, through there. Now this one obviously it's got that butterfly, and I don't want to cover that butterfly up, so I'm not sure what I'm going, oh my goodness, what I'm going to put there. Now just checking that it's gone through all those layers. Okay, so I might do exactly the same as I did with that last one and just put a little blob of hot glue just to kind of hold it together a little bit more like that. Okay, now do I want to have, oh, what do I want to have on here? Now I don't want to really cover up that butterfly if I can help it, so I'm just having a look. I'm just going to see if I've got some of the purple flowers. So, and I do have all the trims, you know, these trims, I do have trim packs in my shop, and I also do have the fabric scrap packs in my shop. That's on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website. So yeah, if you wanted some, you know, some pretty fabrics to use, or some, oops, some trims or anything like that, then I do have those on my website. And obviously the photographs there from my Etsy shop, and as are the fussy cuts that I've been using. I'm just going to see if we want to have another one of these flower trims, oops, on one of these layers. So maybe there, or maybe even on the photograph. What do we think? Do you know, I'm not going to do that actually, because I think it's kind of nicer in this particular instance with it being a bit more plain. So we'll put those like that. Right, let's bring in some of the other fabric. So I've got this spotty fabric. So sorry if you can hear that noise. That's Natalie. She is busy here packing up orders. So lots of brown tape obviously is in the throes of being used at the minute. Right, so this one, I'm going to just take this down slightly because it's quite wide at the moment. So just take that one down there. Yes, you guessed it, I'm probably going to keep this. Who knows, we may find a use for it somewhere. We might not, but we might do. So that's like that. And yep, let's now put some brown packaging paper. I love the layer of the brown packaging paper. I think that really does look nice. So I think that's definitely, you know, something I'd like to keep on here if I can. Okay, let's cut that down there. So this one, unfortunately, I have got a little bit of the, well, I guess that's like the Amazon smile, isn't it? But again, you know, that's going to be sort of covered up. It's not going to really be too visible. So yeah, let's just ink that up. And when I'm inking this, so I'm inking it like this, and then what I'm doing is inking from underneath to hopefully get those slightly curly, you know, curled up edges. I mean, I want it almost to have like a sort of burnt edge. So like that. Okay, so pop that down. Might as well do these two at the same time, actually. That would be a bit of a time saver. So just going to tear this down here. We'll have a rough edge. And then we'll just tear it across there. Now this one is a little bit sticky from the, you know, the Amazon packaging stuff itself. But hopefully that's all fine. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. So again, just ink this up. And then again, just going to ink it like we did with the other side ones from the underneath, which is just curling up those edges a little bit. I just want it to be a bit more textury and not kind of too flat on there. So by doing that, it's yeah, just giving it a bit more texture. I mean, you probably could even screw it up into a ball and then, you know, unravel it. You could probably screw it up into a ball and you could iron it. That would maybe be an alternative, you know, technique. It might end up that you get too much of a, you know, curled up edge. But all these things are worth trying, aren't they? And see then what, you know, what texture that you like the best, or what look you like the best. So that one we'll put there. Then we will take this one. So I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope you are doing some crafting and having a nice time. Oh, it's really grey out there today. It was supposed to be quite a nice day today, but yeah, it's just looking drab. I mean, it's, you know, it's nothing horrible, but it's sort of just a nothing day. Nothing exciting going on out there at all. I have got roadworks outside my house again. I swear to goodness, our road must have more roadworks than any other road I've ever come across. We seem to have roadworks out there half the time. I don't know what these ones are for. I mean, I'm sure they've probably written to me and told me, you know, and forewarned me that they were going to be doing some sort of work out there. But yeah, I've probably not seen the letter. I'm terrible for not keeping on top of my post. Okay. Yeah, I had such a good time when we made the original ones, and this had been on my mind to do for, you know, ever since then, really. And it's just taken me this long to actually get round to doing it. So I'm really pleased to be able to come back and, you know, have a play around and make some more, to be honest. So I'm just going to take this lace. Now, this lace I have coffee dyed. You can probably see. You know, which again, I think it's just a bit of an extra, you know, nice kind of thing to have. Now, this one, I feel like I'm getting a lot of the sheet music through the photo. So what I might do is actually put another layer of paper in between. So I'm just having a quick scout around on my desk to see what other paper I've got laying around. Oh, no, nothing much. Nothing much is catching my eye so far. Let me have a quick look in my scraps bin. Now, I wish some of these were coffee dyed, because I feel like that would be better than not being coffee dyed. Oh, I've got some of this stuff. So, yeah, I don't even know what I would call this. It's like a sort of, I don't know what you'd call it. Like a cobweb. It's the only way I can describe it. Yep, like a sort of cobweb texture. I think maybe would be quite nice on this. So yeah, now I don't think, no, maybe a little bit. I was going to say, I don't think it's going to tear. It is sort of tearing, but I mean, it's far from ideal, as you can see. It's not really, you know, it's not really working. And now I've just got a weird bit because I've got one straight bit and the rest is torn. Right, that looks a bit better. So I'm just going to ink this up, just because otherwise it was very white, which obviously, you know, not really in theme with what else I've got on here. Just going to cut it down. So yeah, we're going to put that over there, and I'm hoping that that's just going to soften, like between the photo and the sheet music. So we've still got, you know, the sheet music there, but it's just helping to, you know, not transfer the sheet music pattern through the photo so much. So yep, let's have this lace here. Now, do we want the lace there or there? I think we'll have it here. Now, let's find a fussy cut piece that we're going to use. So, oh, I've got that. That would be quite nice. Do I want that? Or I've got the, oh, that's quite nice. These are actually quite big, I think, against that, because I don't want to cover up her face. Oh, what about this one? That's maybe quite nice. So let me just ink this up. Okay. So yeah, like that. Oh my goodness, how lovely does that look? So yeah, let's just pop that down. So again, getting that staple through all of those layers. And then again, just, you know, this I think is just good practice when you've got the fabric on the back. It just sort of helps to balance out the weight between like the fabric and then all those layers on the top, so that it's, you know, a bit more of a robust piece, I think, and just holds together a little bit better. So that's that. Now, do we want to have, thinking like on here, we could have a bow. Let me see. What did I do with my bows? Oh. I mean, honestly, I've only just that second had those bows here, and now I'm like, what do I do with them? Ah, they're behind me. They're still on my stool, just behind. Yeah, right. Let's just have a look. Now, this might be too blue. Yeah. Way too blue, wasn't it? Okay, we've got the grey. Oh my goodness, what's going on with that bow? That's a weird shape, isn't it? Let's get rid of that. Right, let's try this. So, oops. Could have that bow. Oh, I don't know now. Maybe to the side even. Yeah, let's do that. So, just take that. Oh my goodness. Just couldn't get it to, you know, fold the right way for sticking down. You know, and you really could, like, go to town with these. I mean, you could make massive ones. You know, like the fabric tip-ins that we've made for, you know, our junk journals. So perhaps we could even come back and make some large ones of these, because I mean, these are probably already turning out slightly bigger than the ones that I made originally. And as you know, if you watch my channel, I'm just naturally always drawn to making much bigger things, really. I struggle to make kind of small and dainty. But yeah, so I mean, to be honest, we could make some more like very large ones. Maybe that would be something quite fun to do. Right, let's just tear that down. Okay, let's just cut this across here. Okie dokie. And then just, yep. Again, just inking this up. I mean, I could leave this white, to be honest, as a bit of a contrast, but I think the, you know, the coffee dyed kind of appearance of the vintage photo ink, that's sort of looking nice, isn't it? And again, place that over the top of that sheet music. And then it's just giving a sort of, you know, softening the edge between the two layers. So here, Just wondering whether we might want to use this clock. So again, just ink this. Now I'm going to just go in, sort of screw in the edges a little bit, like we did with the brown paper, so that this clock is slightly more roughed up, if you see what I mean. So like that, I think is quite nice. Yeah, let's have that like that. Now, oh gosh, it's going over his face a bit. I wonder whether we should have that underneath him. Oh, that's a bit weird, but having said that, I don't dislike it actually. Should we do that for a bit of a different look? So let's just go in with our stapler. I hope that's going through all those layers. I have that funny feeling that maybe it didn't go through that first one, but I think it did, to be honest. So, yeah. Just, again, a tiny dab of glue there at the back. And then here, over the staple, I might see if we could have a brown bow. Or I'm just wondering, I could even have like a little gem type piece. Oh, what do we think to that? That's rather nice, isn't it? Okay, let's just pop that down. And I know, I mean, I've said this so many times, but I just love having ready-made bits, you know, to put in journals. So, you know, these are one of those really fun projects. You're using up quite a bit of, you know, scraps and, you know, odds and pieces from your desk. But what's more, you're going to have a lot of lovely, you know, scrumptious bits then ready to use, which is awesome, isn't it? So that one, and then, yeah, I'm just going to take it down. I want to keep this. I might keep this one like slightly more stumpy, so just cut it down here. Oops. And then it's a slightly more stumpy shaped one, so like that. Okay, like that. Right, let's get my brown packaging. Okay, oh my goodness, look at this. Right, let's just tear that across there. Right, I'm just going to go in and just cut it down across there. And then I'm going to just bin this piece because it's got lots of, you know, pattern and stuff on there. So I might as well get rid of that. I know, I mean, I'm saying it like that's going to make such a difference to my desk. It's obviously not going to make any difference whatsoever, but you know, like in your mind when you think, oh, aren't I being really disciplined? I've got rid of some bits. I haven't really kind of made any significant difference at all to anything. But, you know, you feel good, don't you? Because, you know, don't you, that you have in fact used some bits. Right, let's ink this up. Okay. Okay, so that one. Now I'm going to have to trim this up because of course that's quite big on there. And then let's just take this down. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. Right, okay, now I can't remember where we were, but I've got, yeah, these bits layered up here. And then I also have got this, which is sort of like tissue. You know that you would get in, like say a wedding photo album or something like that. You'd get like the tissue paper in between the photos. So I thought this would also be quite nice. Now this is vintage. It's, you know, it's from some vintage books. And yeah, I thought it would be quite nice to actually have this on here as well. It's again a different texture. And I just think it's rather nice to build in, you know, different textures and incorporate different textures. So we're going to have that, I think, on one of these. I might have to tear it down a bit more. I'm going to try and leave this edge because that's the edge where it was in the book. And I, again, you know, rather like that. I don't know why, but for some reason, I think that's, you know, that's kind of nice to have. So I just go in a little bit more on this edge, like that. Okay, like that. Okay, looking good. Don't know what I did with my brown paper. Hopefully that's it. Okay, let's just tear that down again. So yeah, I mean, I'm you know, making a bit of headway with the brown paper at least, so we're kind of getting through it a bit. So again, just going to ink this up like that. Okay, and here. Right, now I have to be careful when I'm inking this tissue paper, because obviously it's very, you know, very flimsy and it would tear very easily, but oops, it also is very what's the word, like welcoming, you know, to the ink. I don't know how else to describe that, but yeah, it's quite ink friendly, if you see what I mean. So it's going to suck up that ink quite a bit. So if you're not careful, you know, you could easily have that just completely saturated with the ink, which, you know, I don't think we necessarily want it completely, you know, completely saturated. Right, so whoops, got that one like that. Okay, now what am I going to use for my next lot of pieces? Okay, well, I couldn't find the bits that I was talking about, but I have got some of my, you know, background papers that are coffee dyed. So I've got here some of my butterfly collections. I've got here some of the Belgian blue kit and things. So, you know, we might be able to incorporate some of these bits, I think. You know, I think would look quite nice. So let's take... I'm just wondering which is going to be nicer. So this is from my butterfly collection. So I'm just going to try and tear this down. Now, just need to be kind of careful that I don't just overrun completely. There we go. Like that. Okay. So yeah, like that. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then let's have that one on there. So, I mean, obviously they're pretty similar. Yep, they look pretty similar. Love how they look though. They are gorgeous. Now, from the fussy cuts, I'm now thinking possibly even just a label or something on there. So I've got these ones which are green. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know now. Sometimes, you know, the things that you think are going to look really great, you then, you know, when you come to place them, you think, oh, I don't know, actually. I mean, we could even, we could even do that. But, I mean, that's completely, you know, completely adrift from our original pieces. But, I mean, really, I guess what we're doing, we're just taking inspiration from those original pieces. So if they end up taking on a completely different form, you know, then that's all fine too, isn't it? So I'm going to do it on this piece instead, only because this one is smaller and I feel like I think this would be better. Although actually now I'm thinking maybe this was the bigger piece. Who knows? Who knows, to be honest, whether this was the smaller piece or the bigger piece. But anyway, I think that looks quite nice. So again, just going to dab a little bit of glue there. Like that. And then I think on this one I might just put maybe some bling or something through the middle of there. So let me just see if I've got any of my usual black bling that I love to use. Can't see any at the moment. Right. Ooh, I've got this flower, which I'm just thinking might look quite nice. Hold on. Oh my goodness, doesn't that flower look gorgeous on there? So I'm just going to put that flower down, just on that edge, like that. Oh, where is my bling? I mean, I definitely must have some here because, yeah, I've always got some floating around somewhere. So, yeah, I'm thinking kind of just a row of bling there. So, let's just take that that down in the middle. Oops. Right. Okay. Like that. Oh, that's pretty nice, isn't it? I have to say. And then we could even put a flat back pearl in the center of that flower. So let's just take a pearl. Yeah, just maybe have that in the center. So let's just pop some glue down. Okay. Like that. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty, isn't it? So yeah, it's a bit like a little clustery type piece. Now I'm just going through and just popping a little bit of glue onto those other layers, just because that one I felt like it needed a bit of an extra helping hand. But yeah, that one's very nice, very different, that one. So yeah, right, we've got this one now. I'm going to pop that one on there like that, and then let's just have a look. Probably didn't really bring the best fussy cut shapes really for this, because they're all quite big really. But I would have been better off, I think, cutting you know, maybe some shoes and maybe some butterflies, or maybe my bows would have been quite nice for this. Just going to not fussy cut her, not fussy tear her, but just, you know, roughly tear her, and we'll just ink her up and see what she would look like. So yeah. Now on this one, I'm just wondering whether we might like to have some lace. So I've got this lace here, which maybe will look nice, or we could have some other lace. So let's just see. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I'm thinking now, instead of that lace, let's do, I've got some netting, which, yeah, and then sometimes things like this are quite nice to just use as a different, again, you know, like a different texture. And that's, you know, what it's all about really, is just getting a variety of different textures and materials kind of going on this type of thing, I think. So something like that is rather nice, isn't it? Then we can just staple her on like that. And then we'll just go across the top, just because that brown paper is actually pretty big and overlapping, or yeah, overlapping. Let's just see if we want to have, could have that bow. Yeah, that's quite nice. Like that. So that's rather pretty, isn't it? Yeah, liking that. Right, now I had some flowery that I had coffee dyed. What have I done with that? Okay, right, so I've got some flowery that I have coffee dyed, and I've got some flowery that I haven't coffee dyed. So let's take those two. Okay, and yep, let's use a bit more of that lovely tissue paper. Now this time I'm thinking rather nice to have the text on that tissue paper showing. Now that tissue paper, it's only got text, you know, right in the centre of it. So I haven't got a sort of huge amount of text to use, if you see what I mean. I can only do it once. So yeah, I'm going to use it on this one that is coffee dyed. So just tear that down. Do we have it? Yeah, have it that side, I think. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? And then let's just have this one So yeah, so again, just ink this up. Okay. Okie doke, right. Oh, so sorry about that. It's my dad's birthday today, so we were doing a sort of group FaceTime call to say happy birthday to him. So yeah, I do apologise for that. Right, okay, what were we doing? So we were on our coffee dyed floral and our not coffee dyed floral piece. So we've got those. Now, whilst I was on the call, I just quickly coffee dyed a couple of my ephemera pieces here. So I think these are from my vintage ephemera. Oh, I think set 5. I've lost track, I'm afraid, of which number that we're up to. But yeah, they are on my Etsy shop. So let's just take a couple of these. Oh, let's take this one as well. Now, this is still soggy. I've not left it to dry or anything, so just pop that on my hot glue gun for 2 seconds. Yeah, I just wanted to come back on and do the video. So, yes, I've not left it to dry or anything. I will probably regret that and wish that I had, because it's obviously a little bit on the flimsy side now. You know, because it's still soggy. Okay. So this one, I'm just going to tear this, I think, at the bottom. There we go. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is this looking? So, right. Let's put this like that. Okay. Right. Now, I feel like I'm going to have a bit more flexibility with this one, because I haven't got to worry about sort of chopping somebody's face off, if that makes sense. Like before, I felt like, you know, if I wasn't careful, I could put a fussy cut straight through somebody's face. So I feel like this time I don't have to worry so much about that. So, right, now these are probably still a bit big, and it's annoying. I should have really, yeah, printed some of these off 2 to a page. Now I'm just wondering whether I have got any of these printed 2 to a page. Let me just have a quick look. Got my fussy cut pieces ready for cutting. I've got straight behind my desk, so let me just see whether I've got any in smaller size. Oh, do you know what I have got in smaller size? Is I've got my decorative strips. So these are my decorative edge strips, like my collage strips. And actually, I printed these 2 to a page, and I'm thinking possibly could even take one of these. So probably the portion with the photograph. So that one. And yeah, just take that there. Oh dear. Like that. Okay. Oh, do you know what? I don't know whether this is going to work, but oh gosh, now I just dropped all my decorative edge strips off of my shelf. Hold on a moment. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need to clear up. Right, now this is very tiny to put in this, but I'm thinking around the corners. Oh, it's not really worked there. Right, around the corners like that. Oh gosh. Right, well, I mean, it's not gone brilliant, but it's okay. So, right, oh gosh. I say it's okay. I mean, if you can see that, that's like proper wonky, isn't it? Okay, well, never mind. I'm just going to ink that up. Okay, and yep. Just go again, like from the underneath, so that we've got those curly edges again, because I think that's, you know, quite nice to do. And then that can go onto there. And then let's have a look. Get a piece of lace. Oh, I could have that netting again, actually. Oh, do you know what I'm thinking? Let's do the netting. So just cut that down like that. Okay. like that. Oh, do you know, I'm not sure whether I like that netting on there, to be honest, but anyway, we'll go with it for the moment. And I just take a little bit of lace. Oops. Okay. Like that. Okay. Right. Pop that down there. That there. Now, do we think that net is too much? Or do we think we should have the net maybe under here? Like that. Okay, so let's put it like that. The lace here. And then the photograph here. So like that. That's rather nice. So let's just then staple in here. Oh my goodness. Right. So just again need to sort of avoid the lady's face. But I'm at risk of not stapling that other piece in. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of her. And then hopefully, of course, again, all of those layers. So, and I can just go in now. A little bit of hot glue. Just to really make sure that's all, you know, properly secured there. Like that. And then I can even go in on the photograph. Just a little bit of glue there. And then I'm thinking probably try and pick up some of these little colours here. So let's just have a look. I've got some rosebuds, I think. Oh, she says. Let's just see. Right. Oh gosh, that's very, very red. What about that one? Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? I'm not saying it's quite... Oh, maybe this might be better, actually. Oh, I don't know now. I thought maybe that looks better. Let me just take that off of those very bright green lime. I was going to say wings. No, leaves. Just try it without the leaves. Yeah, let's try that. So, again, just pop some hot glue down. Oh, my goodness. That's it. Pop that down there. Oh, how pretty is that one? I love how that looks. That's so gorgeous, isn't it? So, yeah, pop that one there. Right, okay, so now we've got this one here. Love this. Right. Going to put it over here. I'm going to put it more to the side on this one. So I've got a bit more of the flower showing. Now, these, I'm going to just take them down like this, but leave that top bit. Oh my goodness, this is very fiddly. Hold on. Right, so we're going to have that piece now. Do we want... I have actually used all of that. Oh no, I was going to say all of that brown packaging. No, I haven't. So I've still got this piece. So let's just take this one down. Okay. We'll just ink this one up. Right, so again, just going to try and, like, you know, get that curly edge thing going on. Like that, okay. Right. Like that. So we're going to put this one under here, like that. That one there, like that. And that one there. Okay, right. And then, okie dokie. We just get this lace, which is still on that gathered header. I wonder if I could just tear that off. Just because obviously we don't want that kind of gathered up still. And then I'm just going to put that straight down that middle part, like that. Or perhaps I should put it over there, because actually it was covering up that little sort of angel type face. Now, I wonder if we should use another... No, not that one. Let's have a look. No. Okay, and let's try this. Oh, I don't know now. This is just, oh, maybe no, I don't know. Again, this is where I wish I was live and I could hear what you guys think. Right, I'm going to take that one off of the thingamabob. Oh, you know what I'm forgetting to add, don't you? I've forgotten to add the the fussy cut piece. So let's just take this lady. I thought, well, that's weird. I'm missing something on this one. Okay, just take her like that. Okay. Right. Just curl those edges a little bit. Okay, like that. And then, yeah, going to just staple her like that. So hopefully, again, grasping all of those layers like that. Okay, and then a bit of glue and a bit of glue there. Oh, maybe even a bit of glue here. Like that. Okay. And then let's just take this off of those leaves. What do we think to that? Let's give that a try, shall we? So, yeah. There we go. So, and what I could do is on this one, just add a little bit of glue at the top. And the only reason I say that was because I felt like it was a little bit flapping about. So, because this one, as you can see, the fabric's right over to the side compared to the other bits. So it kind of had like a, you know, a fair amount that it could flap around. I might even have to take this down slightly, which is a shame. But yeah, I think it would just work better, not being quite such a, you know, vast bit hanging off. And of course, yes, I'm wanting to hoard that. I mean, what's wrong with me? There is no need to be hoarding that. But yes, I have gone ahead and hoarded it. Right, okay, let's have a look at the ones that we have done and see how they all look. So we've got these two, absolutely love them. We have got this one, whoops, this one here with the butterfly. Got that one with the larger butterfly. Oh, I've got that one with the man and the clock. Love that one. That one. And then we've got the two purpley ones. So yeah, we didn't do bad. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've made 8 in the time of doing this video. So I don't think that's too bad. So yeah, really, really cute little embellishments, aren't they? And they're just using some of your fussy cuts and, you know, things like that. Like I say, I mean, I probably did not really, in hindsight, pick very good size fussy cuts. I mean, straight away, actually, now I've noticed I had these butterflies from my Junk Journal Basics Kit 2, which are much smaller, and they would have, of course, been, you know, much more suitable to use. But, you know, nonetheless, I think we still got a pretty good variety of, you know, of stuff going on. So, yeah, I hope you like them. And I hope you have fun if you decide to make some of these. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, then. Bye.